What is up, everyone? I am Demon Cringe, and ladies and gentlemen, today I got some pretty cool news about a new Netflix show that reminds me of Kids Next Door to a certain extent. Oh yes, everyone. So the new show coming to Netflix is actually called The Last Kids on Earth, and yeah, it definitely does have some Kids Next Door vibes to it, especially since their main base is a treehouse and all that. So yeah, I've actually jokingly nicknamed the show the Walking Kids Next Door, and I do gotta say it does actually look pretty cool. You know, the only criticism I really have is that some of the fight scenes, the action scenes with the zombies, some of them kind of look a little bit on the flatter side. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into this article and all that. So it says, when children's author Max Brailer published the first book on his best-selling The Last Kids on Earth series in 2015, it was obvious that it will make a perfect movie or TV series. Now, only 4 years later, young viewers can enjoy a new animated show based on the property on Netflix. Thanks to Brailer and the executive producer Scott Peterson and the team at Vancouver, Ottawa-based Atomic Animations division of Thunderbird Entertainment, the fast-paced series follows the adventures of a young boy and his 3 friends who live in a decked-out treehouse and have to fend for themselves after a zombie outbreak hits their hometown. The star-studded cast includes Nick Wolfhand as the lead Jack Sullivan, Mark Hamill, Rosario Dawson, Bruce Campbell, Keith David, and Catherine O'Hara. So right then and there, folks, you can definitely see that it's going to be a pretty cool cast of characters and all that, just by the voice talent alone. Obviously, you can't go wrong with Mark Hamill. I'm sure that some people definitely, be watching this show just for his voice acting talent and all that, and I don't blame them. The guy's pretty good, I gotta say. It continues with Brailer tells us that he was in the middle of writing the 4th book in the series in 2016 when he was approached by the folks at Atomic Cartoons. They said, quote, "They told me they liked the books and the structure and didn't need to rework it in any major way, which I was very happy to hear," recalls the author, saying, again, quote, "They were wonderful about the collaboration and didn't want to put my baby in a basket and float it down the river, so we pitched it around and in the project ended up on Netflix." And of course, over here we got the embedded trailer. You can go watch that by clicking the link in the description. It'll take you to the article by Animation Magazine, and this is also something that I really love to see. When the executives say to the creator, like, we don't want to modify your creation in any way, we trust you and all that. That's super awesome, because obviously creative freedom is something that's majorly desired, especially in today's era of just money-hungry corporations wanting to pump everything out in quick succession. And of course, with that, I want to wish the best of luck to the creator and everyone else working on the show. The article also continues with talking a little bit about the voice cast and everything else. It says, Peterson, a veteran of popular animated shows such as Phineas and Ferb and Wander Over Yonder, says the interest of the show was immediate, saying, quote, "They didn't buy it right then and there, but it was pretty fast," he recalls, saying, quote, "They wanted to get into production very quickly. The tone of the show is pretty similar to the books. We love the characters and the story arc. We covered the first book in a 60-minute special, and the second and third books in the series became 10 episodes each. We have more space and time to flesh out the minor characters. We even managed to create a character just so we can have Bruce Campbell voice him, since we are all such huge Evil Dead fans." Berliner says this is the first time he had been involved with a TV project, although he had written many licensed books based on existing animated properties such as Adventure Time, Regular Show, and Steven Universe, saying, quote, "I wanted to write an animated show, but it was mind-blowing how quickly this happened. We all clicked because we like the same mix of horror, action, and weird comedy, and our background wasn't limited to animation." That's also pretty cool. The author/showrunner says one of the fun challenges was taking the book, which was written in the character's POV, and a self-deprecating sense of humor in the series. As Berliner notes, quote, "Our lead Jack puts on his cool act, but deep down inside he knows he's not that confident. It's fun to contrast what he's thinking with how everyone else is seeing the same thing. It opens up a whole new different storytelling game." Now that's also pretty cool. So the book was actually written in the character's point of view, and this is going to be a bit of a third-person thing. It's pretty awesome, because I don't think the show would be as interesting, if the main character was just narrating everything, to be totally honest. The show's design and animation is done in Vancouver using Toon Boom Harmony and After Effects. Certain locations, props, and vehicles are done in CG, but they are toon shaded so they don't pop out. The design team is stuck closely to the illustration style introduced by the book's artist Douglas Holgate. Quote, there are millions of fans out there who love Doug's illustrations, so we follow his lead. Notes Brailer, saying, quote, we wanted a fun apocalypse with a colorful palette, a bright and welcoming world reminiscent of the Goonies. It's about kids with no parents or teachers. They can say and do whatever they want. I grew up on 2D animation and love films like The Iron Giant and Lilo and Stitch. I also love those two movies, Iron Giant being my favorite of the two, and this is one of the things that really says, you know, this is reminiscent of Kids Next Door and all that. It's all kids, you know, no adults, no parents, no teachers and all that. It's pretty awesome. I'm definitely excited to see, you know, what the show has to offer and all that. Even though it's you know, meant to be for like a younger demographics and all that, I'll check out a little bit of it just to see how it is. And the article actually finishes up with something really cool, and I do like the message that the creator is trying to push. So it says, Brailer recalls that after the first book was out, he did a lot of touring and visited many schools. He was struck by how stressed out many kids seem to be these days, saying, quote, I've seen so many kids totally stressed out, constantly on social media and worried about things. He notes, what I wanted to do with the books is to show them for fun adventures, so like kids mostly 8 to 12, but younger kids too know that it's okay to escape and have fun. I remember the days when I used to come home from school and watch Star Wars to relax. I hope that our show offers some escapism and fun for kids. It's fun to have adventures in your backyard. Wishing aliens would kidnap you. We're so lucky to have had a hit with the book, so we can hope to cut through the noise out there. The 5th book with the series comes out in September too, so we hope that kids will give us their eyeballs. And like I said, I really do love the message that the creator is trying to push with this, you know, and he's totally right, you know, and it's not just kids, but also many other demographics, you know, in this day and age are just spending way too much time stressing over pointless things on social media, like, oh my god, what are the people gonna think of me, oh my god, what are this and that, I gotta keep up my image and all that, blah blah blah. I definitely gotta sympathize with that, you know, and it's also the reason why I try to, you know, be as disconnected from it as possible, only do my own personal things. So yeah, of course, we finish it off with 2 pictures. The first one is a screenshot from the show of our, you know, lovely cast of characters and all that, and of course the second one being the creator Max Brailer himself. So yeah, again, best of luck to the creator and everyone else working on the show. I hope it ends up being successful just like the book series. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the bell icon. And if you wish to support me in any way, my Patreon link is in the description below. And as always, I'm Demon Cringe, and I'll be seeing you guys else in the next video.